Welcome everybody to the Google Forms for Easy Activities instructional video. This is going to be a simple way of creating activities or worksheets or any kind of document using Google Forms that you can use quite easily for your classes. So it's going to be quite simple. We'll be looking at opening a Google account, creating a Google form. In this case, it's a generic document in a quiz type form, and we'll be adding features to this form. And we'll be looking at how to add images, text, questions, media, and we'll be looking at how to even obtain results in the form of a spreadsheet, which is done for you. Okay, so the first thing to do is to actually go to the website of Google. And you will see that if we go straight to Google, all we have to do is to basically put in, let's say, download. We can say G drive. Okay, you can do that. And if you click on downloading G drive, what will happen is that you will have the personal or the business. Obviously, we would go for something like the personal, and you can download the G drive. Now, that's one way of actually creating an online cloud, basically, so a cloud for you. Now, we need to have Gmail. So what we need to do is, if we do Gmail download, you can do that. So what you need to do is you've got to join. So you can either join to Gmail that way. I'm already signed in. So the basic thing to do is to have a Gmail account. So we've got a Gmail account here. It is basically just a way of creating a, like I said, a cloud, and you must have a Gmail account to have Google Docs, Google Forms. So you've got to be a part of Google. All right, so the way that, so you basically sign in, create a Gmail account. You can even do this if you like, create Gmail account, and you can see here straight away that it's that simple. All right, they'll just give you the easiest way to do it, and here it is here. So it's basically a form. You put in a name, you put in a username. You can, and if you're going to be using it for school, can I suggest that you use a school Gmail? That's if you don't have one already. Okay, so you've created one of these. What do they look like? Okay, a Gmail account will take you to Gmail, of course, and we saw before what it looks like, and that's Gmail just there. But what you need is a drive, okay? This section here that I'm circling with the arrow is what you need. Now, that does not come automatically. You can have that online, of course. What you want to do is you want to create the drive, and this can be also downloaded as an app on your phone. It can be downloaded as an app on your tablet. It can be downloaded onto your computers. Okay, so that is the easiest thing to do. So let's recap. You go to Google, you create your Google account. You then create a Gmail account, which you just do there, create an account. Then what you do is simply, once you've created it, you click on this symbol here. So if you can see where I'm circling here, you can see that there's an account, a triangle with green, blue, and yellow, and that is your G drive, G for Google. Okay, so you can see that triangle in the corner, and you've got all of your documents that you can use for your school. Now, how do we do this? Okay, how do we do this? It's the easiest thing in the world. So we will create a form. So it's a Google form. All right, if I click search drive, you can see automatically, so let's do this again. If we click Google Drive, search in Drive rather, you can see that there's something there already. So it comes up with some elements that I've already got. Now, I can't find my form, all right? Now, I'm going to create one. New, okay? And if I'm going to create a new one, okay, I'm going to look, not in the docs, not in the sheet, just keep going, go to more, and you go straight to Google Forms. Click there. And straight away, what happens is you've got a form. Now, I've got a particular color that comes up on mine, and it is in purple. We're going to be looking shortly at how to change this. So here you've got already a template. Let's give it a title. Let's call it class test. No, let's class activities, probably friendlier. Class activity 1. All right. Now, look what happens here. This is the title. If I'm happy with that title, I go to the top left and I click on the untitled form section there, and it changes the name to class activity. So that is now recorded in your G drive. That is now recorded. It's already saved. Now, what do we want to do here? Let's turn this into a kind of an activity, and we will say, okay, we're going to create some questions. Okay, so let's say that we've watched a video. So watch the video from last lesson and answer the following questions. Okay, now this is the easiest way of doing this. You can click there, and straight away you can see in blue untitled question. So where is the film set? Let's just make this, it could be a cartoon for little kids, it could be the name of a character, and you can see here straight away you've got option 1. Now that basically means, what do you want to put there? Question. Okay, we're going to put a question here, because if you have a look here, you've got multiple choice. This is the standard template. Okay, this is a standard template that you can change, so you can turn this into a tick the box. Okay, so the students can tick the box. So let's put it here. So where is the film set? Let's just put a question mark there. You can always go back, as you can see, that, and it can be edited. Remember one thing, whatever you put into the form gets saved straight away, okay? But you can edit it as you go. So where is the film set? In school, okay? You can click there, and you've already got option number 2, at the teacher's I don't know, house. No, at the teacher's staff room. Okay, you can put it that way. I want to change it, you can always just change it that way. You can put another question there if you like, and say in the school gym. All right, that's as easy as it gets. Now it's just like any kind of thing that you like. Now you can change these to multiple choice. You see how it changes automatically? Okay. Now, you can remove whatever you want to remove there. Take that question away, take that question away. If you want to add another, you can just add. You can just press from here, add. Okay, and you can keep putting questions there. Now, if you want to put other, see here in blue, this is interesting. If you click there, there is an option that actually says other. So the students can put something else if they want to write something extra. Okay, I don't want to put that. I click the cross, and I get rid of all of these things. Now, what do I want to do? That's a multiple choice. I'm going to add a question. Okay. Now, if I add questions, there you go. It goes again here. Question 2, I can put. So what do we have for the first one? Where is the film set? This is class activity 1. Do we want to put question 1? Yes, okay, let's put Q1, okay? And the same thing here. You can do Q2, etc., etc., etc. Now this one you can say, well, let's make this a drop-down menu, okay? Or let's go from the top. You can make this a short answer. So the student can have if I click there, you can see here, short answer. So if you want them to make this a little bit more complicated with 2 or 3 words for them to actually practice their writing or typing, that's where you put that, okay? Now, if you want to make this longer, for those students who know the language or it's a higher level class, here you can actually have a longer text, okay? So What I say about these is that when you start looking at the different options of creating the activity or the worksheet, if you look at the range of difficulty or of complexity of thinking that the student is engaged in, you've got that choice to make it either something that they recall from memory, that anyone who's got, so you're relying on their memory mostly, and not necessarily their language ability, which is also memory, of course, but it doesn't necessarily test their level of expression and comprehension at a higher level. So that's where, if you want to use something, and this is great for differentiation of multi-levels, you can give the same kind of questions, you might say, to a mixed level class, but a simpler, let's say, the complexity is easier, let's say. So you've got, instead of describe the character in the same film, or it could be a short video, that is, for the higher levels, you could just say, what did this character say? Where was it set? And that becomes a multiple choice, or it could be a, tick the box here, okay? And that's what you can do. Now, drop downs, very, very simple. What happens here, it's just like on any form that you have on a computer. You click on it and it opens up just like this here. This is a drop down here, okay? So that's what a drop down is. You click there and the kids will see the answers here. Okay, now, if you want, you can, let's just keep going. You can upload a file. You can have a linear scale. So you're probably aware, you're probably familiar with linear scales, where you've got somebody who gives you a survey, for example, and they say, okay, how did you like the meal tonight, for example? And you got 1, absolutely not. And then number 5 or 10, you could make it. It could be, it was absolutely delicious. And you can put a number in between. Okay, that's what a linear scale is. All right, so you don't necessarily need this as a comprehension activity, but is more of a measure of people's opinions and thoughts, etc., and experiences. A multiple choice grid, okay, you can have different words that relate to different, that correspond to different columns here on the opposite side. Okay, so this is where they can do, matching things. The checkbox grid is just the same sort of thing. Okay, now, you want to put the date in there, that's fine, you can do it that way. So let's just go quickly through this. You've looked at the questions and you can add the questions here. But before we go through the rest of it, let's see how we can change. I started out by saying it comes with a purple color. You can actually change the colors here, blue, green, another green, and you can make it gray. This is a standard template. If you want, you can have a background color. Okay, make it darker if you like. Okay, and you can have a different font style. So the fonts here, you can make them very interesting. You can see here in the questions, and you can make them even a little bit, more interesting as a cartoon type. Now, these are the theme options when it comes to color. If you want to put your in the header, which is this section up here, you can put an image. Let's have a quick look there. So if I choose an image there, to make it a little bit more interesting, let's put these colors. Let's say you're doing colors, for example. You click on the image that you like, and you can insert. And in a couple of seconds, what happens is that you get these colors. Now, and it changes the theme. So from purple or green that you had before, it just goes to this. Now here you can put photographs that any photograph that you like, and you simply do that by image upload. So you click there, and you go to your own, you go to upload, you can browse in your computer and just basically click on the image that you want. You can either drag a file, all right, so you can go to anywhere from your on your website, on your desktop, and you can grab any of these, just click it and put it straight across. Okay, now just going back here, we can see that it's quite simple. The photographs you can find if you've got photographs in your Gmail. Be careful here. These photos are in your Gmail, in your account. okay, or in your G drive rather, in your G drive here, this one here. So let's keep going. So I can just change these. I've already, if you want to make it more schooly, you can have pencils. And again, you just click insert. So we're changing from those colors to the pencils. All right, so we've got questions, okay, the different types of questions we can see. We've got the options that we can see when it comes to themes. And if I want to see what this looks like, what the students will see, this is what they will see. So it's pretty straightforward. Class activity, watch the video from the last lesson, answer the following questions. Where is the film set? And you've got question 1, question 2, and so on and so forth. Now, they click submit. They click submit afterwards, and that goes straight to your email. Very simple, very simple. Okay, so this is what the students see. What do I want to do? I said, well, I'd like to continue. I've only got one question, really. I mean, the second one's just not even there. So let's click the pencil down the bottom, and you go back to your edit button. So we've clicked on the colors and the theme. We've clicked on the preview, which we saw. Here we have the settings. Now, in the settings, this is quite good because here you can collect the students' emails if you need them. This is good when you're sending out, for example, a survey to the parents and you want the parents' emails. You can restrict it. This is something that's linked to my account, but you can limit it to 1 response per student, which is very handy. You can have the students edit after they submit. If you say, look, it's okay, you can change it, there's no problem. You can always go back to your worksheet and change it before or after you submit, because it could be before I actually see it. Okay, last minute thing. And then there are summary charts and text responses. I just click save, and that's it. Now, that's as easy as it gets for a basic one. If we want to add questions, we've got add questions here. If we want to find a form that is already created, see what happens there? You simply click this one here. So if you've already got a worksheet, let's call it a worksheet or an activity sheet that is already created, you can import the questions from one of these. So I've got a whole lot of these that I've been making over the years, and I just click this one here or this one here, and that's the way that it works. So you get, it goes in straight away and automatically. You can add titles and descriptions. That's quite easy. You can actually add sections to these by clicking there, and it gives the title there. Okay, you can see, in the staff room, for example, blah, 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 blah. You don't want that. You click the bin, and then off it goes. Now, let's stick to question 1. I want to add an image. Okay, I want to add an image in here, or media of some sort. So we start with an image, and you've got the upload. If I've got a camera, I can do it that way. Let's have a quick look. So if I want to upload an image, let's click browse and see where my images are, the ones that I've already created. Okay, so I've already got them. I've got photographs on a USB. I just choose the file from here. So if I know that I've got some pictures here, I'll just click on the pictures, which is this document, this folder here, and I'll click on some of these. Now, I remember going away somewhere on holidays with the family, and there was a great image that I would use for my particular, let's say, for my particular worksheet for the students, and it was, let's say, something. Could be a movie, could be, let's use a cloud. Okay, that's uploading, and the image does take a little bit of time, but what happens there is that image then comes here. All right, so this could be part of a description. Okay? This could be any image that you like. So we've uploaded it by clicking there, adding image, finding it, and then just double clicking it, and in it goes. Now, if we've got a second question, okay, let's go to this one here. We've got this second question, and we say, okay, we want to have a video. Let's go to a video. Now, I know where the video is, okay? The video that I want is, let's see, the video that I want is in, let's see, it's on YouTube somewhere. So if I go to YouTube and I think, oh, okay, I think we're going to use this one here, whatever this one is. For example, I'm going to copy that, okay? Copy. rid of it. We're going to go back to my form, which is going to be this one here. And we clicked on there. So we copied the URL, remember? We copied that. If I do that, there it is there, okay? So let's go back. I clicked just on the video. I copied the URL, which is this part here, just by making it blue, and then copy it, all right? So you right-click your mouse and you just do copy. And then I basically went back. I went back to this section here, which says add video. I pasted it in there. So I did this and I did paste, and then it found it straight away. And you can see that you've got the same video there. Now, I have to click on this so that it becomes blue. Once that is highlighted, I put select. What happens there is that magically you will find that it uploads the video exactly as it sees it in the YouTube. Okay, so that's how you add the videos. All right, now if you don't want this to be here, look at these 6 dots here, and you can actually move this around. So these broken sections move. So I want this to go further down. Okay, and that's all you do. Whenever you see these 6 dots, you can move them up or down. Very simple. And that's it. So you can, of course, add different sections. All right. So this section here could be a writing section or a reading section. Okay. So this one could be based on describe a picture, add a section, and this could be reading comprehension. This is for a higher level, of course, but not for the little kids. A reading comprehension, not for the lower stages. All right, so that's exactly the way that it goes. It's as easy as that. Now, when you want to send something to, let's say this is already saved. Remember, this has already been saved. I want to send this to the kids. Now you've got to do this by email. So I can put in somebody's email, and if I put my email in, I'll put Alex. Right, what happens there is that I will send this link or email. There are 2 things you can do. You can send it as a link. That means that when I receive it, I'll click on it and it opens up the form on the internet. Or I can, if you look at this box here, include form in email. Now I'm going to do that way. All right. So let's look at this again. I'm going to send it by email just by clicking here. I'm going to click on here to include the form in an email. Now, I don't want that because then what happens is that it becomes part of that actual email. So the students don't get a separate form. Okay, they've always got to go into their email, and then it just looks like it's part of the email, basically. All right, so I don't want that. Now, you can actually change this. You've got the subject, class activity, you've got the message. All right, and this is where you write your message. Dear class 1, let's call it B. I would like you to read the activity, let's call it a worksheet, the worksheet, and answer the questions. All right, that's as easy as it can be. And you can give whatever instructions you want, okay? Send. Oh, confirmation. Yes, that's fine. All right. And I'm using a particular account, and it does ask me that question, but otherwise it doesn't ask you those questions. All right. Now, what happens? If you hear that, if you heard a little noise just there, that was the email that just arrived. Now, let's have a look. My email is going to be here. It should be here, and I would open it up, and it says here that it's undeliverable. That's because of my emails, but that's fine because I was using my email from a particular account. But that doesn't matter because what happens is when you click on the account, on the actual link, what you do is that you get the you actually get the form. So let's look again at what we can get from this particular form. You send it. We've sent it to. We could send it from whatever email that we want to any email that we want. So long as you do have an existing one with Gmail here, you can actually copy that URL, okay, the address, right, and use it from, if you've got Hotmail, if you've got Yahoo, or if you've got something else, you can copy that, okay, and grab it from, let's say, another email and just put it here and paste, and I can send it to myself. Let's just double check that this is going to work with the actual online issues that there could be. There we go, automatic reply. There we go, because I'm actually away, and this will show me that that I'm out of the office. All right, but you can see that actually that it does arrive in the. It actually can be sent. All right, so I'll just show you some examples. Okay, videos. You've got what is the capital city of Austria? Type questions. You describe a famous anything. You can make any kind of activity just with videos, as simple as that. It can take 10 minutes to create one. All right, it can take 10 minutes to create one. You can make it longer. You can make it shorter. Okay, then what you can do is you can see who has actually responded. Now, nobody's responded, okay? No responses. We are waiting for responses. If you want to have a look, what happens is that you can create a spreadsheet with whoever you sent it to. And you can see here that you've got the questions, right? It actually tells you the timestamp where what time they actually filled out the activity, the worksheet, okay? That's the timestamp. Then you've got the questions. Question 1, where is the film set? We've got nobody here. Question 2, we've got nobody here either because nobody's actually done it, right? But you've got the responses, right? That's quite simple. That is a very quick way of creating a Google form, or turning a Google form into an activity, which could be a reading comprehension. It could be a listening comprehension using a video. There is no recording, so there are no speaking activities as such, unless, I mean, they record themselves and they send it to you in another way, but it's not done here. These are actually forms, and they're used for quizzes, surveys, and they're excellent for surveys. Absolutely excellent for surveys, because as we've noticed, we've seen that they've got questions and that we've got the responses. So just recapping, excellent activity maker, very quick. Once you've got the hang of it, it can take you just 5 minutes to create something that you can send to the kids, send to the students every few days. Every few days, you can make some in an hour, send them out as homework to keep the students busy while they are away from school. And that is basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the New South Wales Federation of Community Language Schools. Apart from that, happy teaching and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.